Okay, so this is the story of when I came out to my father. And this was the one of the really bad reactions that I got. So this isn't really my feminine voice, by the way. It's a little bit more feminized, but not quite feminine. Okay, so I'm telling my dad, I sit him down, and I'm like, I have something to tell you. And he saw the earrings in my ears that he had never seen before. And I'm assuming that he thought that I was going to say I was gay. And pretty much I sat him down and kind of braced him, said, I have something big to tell you, and said that I am actually transgender. And I asked him if he knew what that was, and he said he thought he did, and I explained it to him. And he looked at me, and he said it just like this.
You mean you're going to have a sex change?
And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm going to do. It's not me going to have a sex change.
Sounds to me like you're going to have a sex change.
I'm like, Dad, that's not what I'm going to do. You don't understand. I'm just starting to change a few things about myself to help myself feel better about myself. And he said,
Sounds to me like you're going to have a sex change.
and I said, no, I mean, if it could potentially go there, but what I'm trying to do is get rid of my dysphoria. And as soon as it goes away, then I will stop the process of feminization. And I have no idea where my transition will actually take me. I have no idea how far I'll actually go with it. My main thing is, and I tried to explain this to him, I just need to be accepted as a female and seen by the world as a female. So I looked back on this conversation and I thought this would be far more interesting if my father spoke like Arnold Swarzenegger. And so this is more of how it would go if this conversation and my father was Arnold Schwarzenegger. So be like, Dad, I have something to tell you. And he says,
Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, yeah, what do you want to say to me? Yeah.
because Arnold Schwarzenegger definitely sounds like that. And so basically I'd be like, well, I'm transgender.
Sounds like you want a sex change. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Dad, I just want to change my body a little bit, and so I feel more comfortable with myself. And he would probably respond like this:
Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. Don't change your body. Yeah, you'll regret it. Don't do it.
and I'd be like, well, Dad, why do you sound like that? And why do you always go, yeah, yeah, yeah? What's that about?
Yeah, you don't understand. You don't understand. Don't change your body.
Like, Dad, why are you going, yeah, yeah? What does that mean anyway? Are you like angry or something? Anyways, that's how it would go if it was Arnold Schwarzenegger as my father, and then the whole story would be far more interesting. Found out later, though, to be honest with you, that my father later on relayed to other of my siblings in my family that I was evil, and he told them not to talk to me. And I don't know if it was exactly not talk to me, but he did tell them that I was evil, and it was one of those reactions that really hurt badly. So on a more serious note, it took me a while to kind of come to terms with that and just realize that my father lacked education on what being transgender really encompasses. And if he could just walk a mile in my shoes, um, I think that he would actually look at this quite differently. It's not about changing my genitalia, it's about being seen as a woman and accepted in the woman arena. And that's what truly makes me happy. Um, but he kept gravitating towards me getting a sex change, and that's not what being transgender is about. It's about being able to represent the way I feel on the inside and how much torture it is to not be able to do that. And so I quite frankly, I'd like to make the point to people who may not be familiar with being transgender, um, that it's not about anything to do with sexuality or genitals being changed. It's about being seen for how I really feel on the inside. That's pretty much what I wanted to say about my coming out story to my father and how bad it actually turned out.